Hello my beautiful darlings, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day and thank you for watching. Today we are going to talk about Dorothy Dandridge. And yes, we're going to talk about the old Hollywood, that's why I put out the gloves. If it is your first time on this channel, know that we talk about old Hollywood a lot, that's why I have these gloves. So this is completely normal here. And today we talk about the fabulous Dorothy Dandridge. This amazing movie star that was the first black woman that made it in Hollywood. We have to know more about her and how she was so charming and she was exuding so much femininity. But first, just wanted to let you know that if you want to see more of my content, I talk about fashion, femininity, elegance and glamour. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Also follow me on my Instagram, which is at Lisa Hardstyle. So today, yes, I put on the gloves, but I also try to do some curls. As you can see, some 40s curls. This is the first time that I'm trying this hairstyle and I'm pretty surprised. I'm I'm loving it. I love it. I think I decided that I wanted to be in the 40s instead of 2020 because I don't like 2020. So Dorothy Dandridge was born in Cleveland in 1922 in Ohio. So she is African American from both of her parents. So her mother was a dancer and she taught her how to dance and how to act and how to sing also. So she was singing and dancing since she was a very little girl, and then in 1932 they decided to move to Hollywood so that she can pursue her career. So they created a group with her sister and Etta Jones, and it was called the Dandridge Sisters. So she appeared first in some small roles in some movies. She was also hired in the famous Cotton Club, and then also she did marry one of the Nicholas brothers. They were two brothers that were really talented in terms of dance in Hollywood. They were very famous. This was Harold Nicholas, and they had a daughter together, and then unfortunately they divorced after 7 years together. And I mean, Dorothy was really truly talented. She was such a gem, a hidden gem in Hollywood. She was singing like an angel. Her beauty was breathtaking. And of course, as a black woman in Hollywood, she had hard times, and it was really hard in Hollywood back in the days for black people, you know? And roles for black people were very rare. It was mainly stereotypical, like roles that are very stereotypical, like servant or things like this. Never really like some really big roles or first role for a black person. And so in 1948 it started to be a little bit more, you know, started to change a little bit more and to really give more place for black people in Hollywood. Roles for black people were becoming to be more and more serious, even though it was still a struggle, you know. Dorothy decided that she wanted to really become this fabulous star. So she was trained. She was in a school that trained her to become way more glamorous than she was at the beginning of her career. And finally in 1950 she had a role that made her have more attention in Hollywood, which was in Tarzan. She played an African queen and everyone fell in love with her because she was gorgeous. After that she really became famous and she did a lot of cover of different magazines, even like really famous Life magazines and all of that. So she was very charismatic. She had a very strong charisma, even though in real life she was more timid, she was more shy, but on screen she was this beautiful siren, beautiful goddess. She was mesmerizing.
Don't go away. I'll be back.
I won't go away.
She was always very professional, you know, always on time, always very sweet, very kind to everybody. She was truly feminine in her behavior. The sweetest woman. She dated men that didn't deserve her. She was always a professional, and when, for example, she was performing in hotels in Las Vegas, for example, she was really mesmerizing. She was really talented, on top of the game. But then it was always the problem for black people. She wasn't allowed to even use the pool in the hotel. So unfortunately it made a scandal when she wanted to use the pool in the hotel that she was performing. Like, you know, nowadays it's really shocking to hear that. And back in the days, unfortunately, it was normal. She had many interracial relationships with white men. With for example, the famous actor Peter Lawford and some producers and something that was not really classy and not really feminine, she also dated a man that was married, which obviously don't do this, don't recommend that at all. But finally, the movie that made her a true star was the movie Carmen Jones. It was made in 1954 and she was nominated for an Oscar, which was the first black woman in history. Can you believe it? I don't understand why she's not more famous. She really made the first step for all the people after her, you know? She was the first black woman that made it in Hollywood. She was the first one that was really truly a big star. And in the movie Carmen Jones, I must say that this is a fabulous movie. This is a beautiful movie, really deep. Her performance was really impressive, but I must say that she is not the most feminine in this movie. At one moment in the movie she is fighting, you know, with another woman, which is absolutely not feminine, not elegant. She is at one moment also chasing a man. She's chasing Joe, the man in the movie, even though he had a fiance. So this is not the behavior that we're looking for.
I'm telling the phone unit is late again.
You do that, now scratch out the one good eye you got left.
Hey, Carmen, how am I going to pass this with me tonight? I can dance those other guys throughout the floor.
T-Bone, you're too little and too late.
I must say that this is not the best movie in terms of femininity, but the movie that was really the best in terms of femininity was the movie Island in the Sun. In the movie Island in the Sun, she is way more feminine, really truly classy. This is a movie that she did just after Carmen Jones, taking place in an island, so just wanting to go on vacation, you know. And this is a movie that was a little bit taboo and scandalous because it has a lot of interracial couples. Actually, the movie An Island in the Sun is on YouTube in case you want to watch it. Her body language in this movie and her mannerism is very classy. For example, she went to a party in the movie with her friend and they were not invited in the party, so they had to sneak in the party. But she did not like that. She did not want it to be in the party without being invited. She was really in terms of etiquette, she was really like, oh no, I should not go to the party if I'm not invited. I want to, you know, be proper and really do things the right way.
We're going in.
All right, but I warn you, you may regret it. David boy, you dared me to come. I don't like being dared.
Which was kind of the opposite with in the movie Carmen Jones. When in Carmen Jones, she is absolutely rebellious. She is the opposite, you know. Her style was truly elegant, always like gloves, always beautiful drap dresses, the most glamorous dresses you can ever have. She had it. Beautiful dresses. Even in Carmen Jones, she had such beautiful dresses. She's always in heels, always wearing skirts, dresses, anything that just highlight her tiny waist, her curves and everything. She was really wearing a lot of bodycon dresses, off the shoulder, showing a little bit of shoulder, you know. It's always very seductive, maybe a little bit of cleavage, always gloves, beautiful hats. Her hair was always done. Her makeup was very simple, and the hair, obviously short fluffy hair that was really on trend in the 50s. And in the movie An Island in the Sun, when she played Margot, and when she's wearing her yellow dress with some gloves and the hat and everything, it was so, like, this movie is so elegant in terms of fashion. I loved seeing it mainly for the fashion. I was like, I want that, I want that, I want that. Her posture is always on point, her style, and that what made me wear this, because in one moment in the movie she's wearing this fabulous yellow dress, drop dress with some white gloves, and I absolutely love it. I thought it was really elegant. She was at a gala dancing with the governor, I think. This is funny because you have different couple, and she was in a couple with a man that was a white man, and you can see that back in the days it was really taboo because in the movie they don't even kiss, you know. And then the man was courting her and he was truly in love with her, you know. He was chasing and chasing and chasing. That's a man here, ladies.
I'm Dennis Archer, the governor's aide. How is it I haven't seen you before?
Maybe it's because you buy your toothpaste at the wrong drugstore.
What should I take that to mean?
I work at the Bon Marchi drugstore.
Oh, in that case I shall change my patronage.
take that as an example of a truly gentleman, masculine man. In this movie, he is. He's courting her in a nice way. He's asking her to be his date at a nice gala.
Miss Seaton, are you going to the nurses' dance with anyone?
David Boyer asked me.
And if I asked you?
Are you?
I'm afraid you'll have to find someone to take your place. As a matter of fact, I have an official invitation here. On Tuesday, March the 15th at 8 p.m. I'll call for you myself.
He's truly respecting her boundaries, truly respecting her, and still chasing her. You know, this is the right way to do it.
I just sat here thinking about you.
Well, what would you like to know?
All about you. Everything.
And she is absolutely sweet, and she's like, do you want your receipt? And she's at the same time, you know, flirtatious with him.
Oh, you forgot your change.
And still keeping her femininity, like, you know, her eye look, moving her head up like this, and just like, you know, her eyes, truly seductive, still a little bit shy but still seductive. You know how they looked at each other, it was pure seduction.
Do you want me to play it?
Yes.
And of course in the movie they end up together, and he is so like mesmerized by her, and I love their couple in the movie. They are my favorite couple in the movie.
Margot, you know I'm in love with you, don't you?
Yes.
I've never known anyone like you. I never suspected there could be anything like this.
She has this true confidence, but this is not a confidence, as I said in my video about seduction, that is too masculine. It's a feminine confidence. It's more of a seductive, feminine confidence, you know.
It's a great honor to dance with the governor, you know.
Yes. Now I know all about you.
Oh? What did he say?
Odd fellow, writes books.
And the way she speaks is also very soft.
Where you go, I go.
You know, compared to the movie Carmen Jones, she's more fast and she is less, you know, calm and sweet. She is looking deeply in the eyes. Even in the movie Carmen Jones, you can see that a lot when she's seductive. She's looking deeply in the eyes, and she's very intense in her eye contact. Dorothy Dandridge was truly seductive naturally. She didn't have to do much to be seductive. It was just natural for her, you know? I recommend also seeing Carmen Jones, but not in a way that is to take femininity advice, in a way that is just art, because that's a beautiful movie. In case you love musicals, because they sing really beautifully in this movie. I think it was not them that was singing, but it's still beautiful to hear, you know? So she was truly irresistible in terms of men. Men really loved her. Men really fell in love with her. That white men, black men, any men. It was just that she had this charm. She had this natural elegance, this natural charm. So thank you for watching, my darlings. I hope you liked it. I hope it was helpful for you. If you want to see more beautiful icons like Dorothy, let me know in the comments down below. Also follow me on my Instagram, which is @LisaHerStyle. Take care, and until next time, I'm giving you so much kisses and take care of you. Mwah. Goodbye.